ASL Season 2, Challenger League Round of 16.
Our orange Terran player from Risk. It is
NecroShader.
with the card bot thingy.
Yeah.
To start. Cute.
Yeah. It's all about that star. I always find it weird, like the way that the dotted line around the
Yeah, it looks like a Cyclops.
Yeah, it looks exactly. It always just lines up perfectly with the star's eyes.
Yeah.
So up in the top right-hand corner of the map, we have our Zerg player who is representing Triple T and yet has the name that you would think would make him a Protoss player. It is
TheBigRobo.
yeah, exactly.
Alright, so it looks like Kangaroo wants to bet me 5 caster dollars saying that Neuralist will make it to the round of 8. I mean, I don't want to take that bet because he seems like a very good player.
Yeah.
Like, he's undefeated.
Yeah.
So I don't want to take that bet, but since Dave is a very kind and generous charity,
Yeah.
I think he'll take your bet.
I'll take the bet. I almost always make my bet something that I think I will lose. so I will take that bet.
Alright.
Yeah.
So this TVZ has gotten underway. Spawning pool going down as well as the first hatchery. Overlords coming out for scouting and whatnot. First barracks going down, and we are mining gas. So that's a lot of gas being mined. So I am going to be expecting Reapers.
Yeah.
And the first command center being dropped.
Either that or direct factory. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
well,
okay, direct factory.
Yeah, direct to factory. It was a fair bit. And he is doing that right there, so the potential swap out for a
Aliens.
reactor. Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
He's actually building a supply depot
Building a-
first. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That works.
yeah,
too.
there's the reactor. So it'll still line up, I think.
Yeah,
4 months ago.
it's fine.
It'll be pretty good. But he's not even getting. Usually in that time, you at least get a marina,
Yeah.
like just in case.
So he's going for like really fast aliens.
Yeah, he's not going to need it, but yeah, usually you do get that just in case a couple lings show up or something, and it gets obnoxious.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the big robo, not building any robotic units, but producing 2 queens for his injects.
Indeed, he is. Yeah, NecroShader actually pulled off his gas as well, so he just got in. Where is he going?
I think
I don't
he.
know what's going on here. Okay, there's the swap.
I think he just moved his factory in a weird way.
Yeah.
Oh, those links could have actually. Oh, never
Yeah,
mind.
just
There was
got
the. Well, the reactor was there, but oh, the supply depot doesn't get lifted.
Oh, so he will get in and get the scout off here.
He gets a full scout on the turn base. He sees the second gas. He can start, harassing the SCV a little bit. It might actually go down if he doesn't bring him off.
Like this,
Oh.
too. That barracks that I thought was just going to move as well is just floating off.
The scouting barracks.
Yeah,
Really early scouting barracks.
Yeah.
I
after
mean,
getting literally no bio. And yeah, this guy just going to work on the reactor will get roasted.
we'll get roasted by the 2 aliens popping out, but second command center going down. Meanwhile, we still have the scouting barracks going directly for the Zerg base. So I guess it will be a mech play.
Yeah, I would say so. Probably.
Our Zerg player
Yeah.
making his wall off here with the Roachborn as well as the 2 Evo chambers. Doing the 4 Queen opening, pretty standard stuff. Getting his gases now. I don't know how our Terran player wants to follow up. He's getting a single Widow Mine. Actually, no, 2 Widow Mines, sorry.
Yeah, the other one's
after
just
the 4
supply
Hellions.
block, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like he wanted to rebuild the barracks, but then decided to go for a factory. Meanwhile, the armor is going down. So yeah, we are going to be going into mech. No weird next level stuff going on.
He's not. Okay, he just started now. It took about 30 seconds for him to even start to clear up the supply block, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because it has stopped a lot of this SCV production, and Obviously, that widow line is still just there being produced, but not getting anywhere.
There's actually, or there were 3 queens attacking this barracks. If this barracks goes down, he has to reproduce it. Otherwise, he can't make more factories.
It does get really obnoxious. People
Like, I don't
sometimes
know.
people won't think of that with their factory, that they throw their factory away and then they want to add a second starport and they can't.
Yeah.
But it's even worse when it's the barracks and you're going mech. You need that.
Well, at least the second command center has been completed and has been floated down to the bottom. A starport is being added on right now.
Mm-hmm. The other neat thing, I kind of hope that that this burns down just so that we can all learn a lesson on it.
Yeah.
Because there's, unlike the factory where it stops, like say the starport, there's a lot of things dependent on the barracks. You can't build an engineering bay. You actually can't turn your command center into an orbital.
Right.
If you don't have the barracks actually alive. So if this gets into burning, it could actually be really obnoxious. And will it actually get that far? No. It's weird because there's sparks going off.
Yeah, but it's not burning.
But it's not burning.
Right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, NecroShader, typical Terran problems, too much money.
Yeah.
Not enough to spend, especially when going mech, because it's just so gas heavy.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I don't know where his SUVs are going either. They're kind of just partying over here with their hats.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, he's doing a big transfer of a lot. Okay, we're gonna build 6.
Oh, okay. We're
6
gonna build
supply
6 supply
depots at the same time.
That's a good way to spend your minerals.
I guess so.
Another way to spend your minerals would be to just build 5 command centers as well.
He could have also used the 4 idle SCVs that are already sitting at the top of the base.
Right. I think they were originally supposed to go down there to do something, but then it was blocked off, and then you know how they go into like a random corner when they can't leave the base?
Yeah.
I think that's what happened.
Yeah, indeed. So here come a bunch of roaches here now. This
I don't think they're going to do anything.
Yeah, I don't know. This tank
if he sieges up the tank,
isn't sieged. That's a
he needs
big
to
deal.
siege up the tank.
Yeah, he's got a tank that will be coming out on the high ground as well.
Okay,
if
there
he
we go.
sieges both, he's good, especially with the widow mines. But these Hellions aren't really much use.
Oh, really good play here, using the Overseer that he built earlier. He still does tank a shot.
Yeah.
But at least he was able to clear it out for the next run.
Yeah.
Another one being placed at a pretty good position, right behind the supply depots, and our second tank has come out, so I don't think the Zerg player can do too much here. Like, our turn's pretty well defended. But
I like this. I don't know if this is intentional or not, but the spot for the second tank actually covers the widow mine. Like, you can barely see it.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if that was part of the plan, but he did intentionally seem to move it there.
And Changeling here. That's pretty silly, seeing as how he has
There's
no
no
Marines.
So my barracks is over there. He actually landed it on the far side of the map. That's very Massa-esque. If he starts producing out of it, then it is. But we got 2 siege tanks up here. 2 more have just popped out. I think 1 should actually go up on the high ground.
Yeah, because you can siege from there.
Yeah, you're gonna run out of room here eventually, and it gives you a better angle.
But the only thing is, the TheBigRobo actually does have that high ground vision coming from the Overseer, so he could pick it off with roaches, but not before.
You have to keep it far enough back.
Yeah.
The way that he built these, you can't put it between the factory and the ledge. It has to be farther back. Hellion's getting really
unnecessary scan going down.
Oh, I like this.
Oh, baiting the AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cute.
That was definitely a cute move to clear out a lot of those.
He hasn't changed the Hellions into Hellbats, nor has he researched Blue Flame yet, so I don't know what's going on there. He has his armory, and it hasn't. It got armor +1, but not too much happening out of there. Meanwhile, our Zerg is actually getting really aggressive with the expanding, taking the gold now, already having established the third. That's a really healthy third. I completely missed that.
Yeah, it is a very well saturated third. He's also got the Spire just completed, and so far, NecroShader's not really showing much anti-air.
He's getting turrets.
He's getting turrets, but yeah, nothing mobile yet. I think he has to switch to Thor production if he wants to protect this army. And there's none in the main. So despite 3 turrets in the natural, there's none in the main at the moment. Okay, he's going to put 2 on the top of the base.
I think he's definitely anticipating Mutas, judging by the placements of all this stuff. But, you know what would be cool if the Mutas picked off that barracks and then he's like completely screwed. Right. Also, I just heard 1 million scans go down.
Yeah. I think so. He's taking a look around to see what's there. We got a macro hatch going in the main that will represent the 5th hatchery. These Hellions
Getting chased away by some mutas. Oh, he's actually going to lead him right to the barracks.
does
Oh.
it turn?
Does turn around, alright. Pretty good. But yeah, so mutas have been confirmed, even though I think he knew that already.
Oh, I like this. The juke back leads him
Yeah, that's
halfway
cool.
across the map.
He could go and get some drones at the
Yeah.
gold, but I guess going here would be better.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have blue flame. This mineral line would be gone if he
Oh,
didn't.
he wastes some time, I think, converting to the Hellbats.
Oh, yeah.
No,
He needs to focus fire the drones too, and I don't think he actually got a single one out of that.
No, I think if he had just drove through, still in Hellion form, he would have got a lot more kills and they'd potentially be alive. So
Yeah,
this is a lot of roaches.
yeah, that's a lot of roaches.
And they're weird against mech, where roaches are kind of good against mech, but then they're not. Like, the later into the game they go, the worse they are against it.
Right.
Like, a couple tanks, they're fine. But, like, 8 tanks, they're horrible. They're just going to die really, really quickly.
Well, the amount of turtling presence
Yeah.
right now at the natural, they're not going to break.
That's it. Yeah, the question will be if there's enough. There's not an overwhelming, like, amount of mutas either. Like, he got that Spire, but there's only 7 of them.
Yeah, and he's actually got 6 Vikings, though.
Yeah,
So-
and our Zerg player's maxed with what he does have. So it's not like he can add more until he actually clears this up.
Right, but he has a big bank, so, like, wasting this army
he'll-
to do damage definitely wouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah,
Like,
he'll
he's picking
spam
off-
these roaches.
He's going to pick off a bunch of SCVs here.
These are all free.
Yeah,
There's no way to go.
the space is completely naked, so... Roach is coming in, getting hit by a couple of pot shots from the tanks. I think that, like, that group of roaches should do almost nothing. Maybe, like, pick off 2 supply depots.
Yeah.
But then I guess it'll depend on how he chooses to remax and what composition he goes to break this, because he's definitely economically ahead by far.
Oh, yeah.
He can do whatever he wants, but the thing is, he needs to, like, figure out what he needs to do properly.
I like the insta-scan burrow. Like, oh no, he scanned. They can't see me. But, so just revealing that it's there. But right now, he almost doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Like, he has to be prepared for it, and he is. He's going up to Hive. He's getting a Baneling Nest. He's going in a direction where he's going to be able to switch to whatever he wants. But nothing is forcing him to switch right now. So he's just going to sit here and deny, make sure that a third base just never happens.
To be honest, he
Yeah.
could just sack half of those roaches and then go swarm host, and then
Yeah.
that would just guarantee him the win.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
But the Terran player is being starved right now. He doesn't even have that many SCVs. He can't land his third anywhere.
yeah, his
And-
main is almost mined out.
He's mining out. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's just gonna be time will tell.
Yeah, Thors are now out in a reasonable. Well, they're out in a good number, but there's, like I said, there's not actually that many mutas, so it doesn't really matter. Like, there's 7 of them.
Yeah.
And there comes the enduring locus upgrade. So I think he is thinking along the lines that you were suggesting. That
Hellions
yeah,
actually managed to sneak out.
yeah, that's good.
basement.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, they do just
hopefully
go-
going to the gold, the very undefended gold, or gonna try to sneak back into the third again. Hopefully he doesn't do the transformation thing again this time,
Yeah.
because, alright, okay, so he does have blue flame, and he is gonna be ripping apart this mineral line. Needs to focus drones. I guess fighting the queens wouldn't be too bad either, because it stops the larva production,
Yeah.
but he's just got so much larva right now anyway, because
Yeah,
he
it
hasn't
doesn't
been
matter.
using them.
Yeah, he is
but that
roasting
was a really
everything.
good attack. That was a really good attack.
Yeah.
It cleaned up a bunch of drones. It killed.
Yeah,
2
21
queens.
kills. Yeah. The unfortunate reality of it is that the TheBigRobo has so much money that he's going to look at that and be like, "Oh, great, you cleared up supply for me,
Right.
so that I can now build my swarm hosts," which I think might be the case. Actually, he's building 10 more mutalisks, not swarm hosts.
I think maybe he's gonna try to use the mutalist to just
Yeah.
break the main. Maybe
He's getting a
Break off
second spire as well. He could
Oh, maybe
be thinking-
Broodlords.
Yeah, Broodlord with the with the Hive upgrade already completed, he could easily just Broodlord this position. NecroShader is trying to establish this gold base, as well as refloat over the third. NecroShader scanning his own army. And, spots the changeling.
I guess he was just worried about burrow roaches.
I guess so,
Because if
yeah.
he tried to move out and
Yeah.
then they just popped up on him, then he'd be screwed. But that's a lot of mutas as well as roaches.
It really
That
is.
is 35 mutas.
Yeah, that is a big, strong switch into those. However, they are still
0-0.
0-0. They're relatively squishy. They've
Oh, and this transferring line of SCVs are going to get picked off by the roaches.
boom.
A couple of pot
Run.
shots, but that doesn't even
Run.
matter. This mineral line is gone.
Yeah.
You're just running away from a couple of turrets, I
Yeah,
guess.
these
but,
Vikings should be over trying to shoot at those.
yeah, some overseers tanking, some missile turret shots. Actually, one going down, but that's still a very healthy mutaflock as well as roach flock.
Yeah, 27 SCVs killed in that. He's down to only 23, which would be horrible, but he's only on one base anyway.
Right.
So,
Muta's flying into here and says, "Nope,
Yeah.
that's a lot of missile turrets."
no deal. This one of the Thors was moonwalking.
Moonwalking,
yeah. Pretty sweet.
I think he needs to get a bit more aggressive with the Thors, try to poke in at some of the mutas, lead the roaches into the tank fire like he did earlier.
Yeah, he's really got to aggressively take this space because, yeah, he needs to do something here.
Yeah, he tries to establish it, but then he turtles his natural.
Yeah. Okay,
Little
this
Mine's
is
getting
good.
picked
Baiting
off
them all
here.
in now.
Some
Vikings
decent
coming.
shots getting off. Good shots getting off. All the Thors actually attacking into that clump.
Yeah.
The roaches will get cleaned up, and a lot of the mutas into the yellows and reds, but just, again, the bank that
Yeah.
the TheBigRobo has.
Yeah, it's cost efficient. It's just so much money that it doesn't, there's no difference. And we're getting the Remax on this is going to be 16 swarm hosts.
Yeah. NecroShader is trying to repair some of his mech units, but he has no minerals.
He literally has one guy mining minerals.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Like, yeah.
He doesn't have the gold base, though, so if he wants to, he can mule it up.
Sorry, two guys mining minerals. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he can drop mules everywhere. He has been opting to scan a lot. He's also got tons of idle SCVs. There's idle SCVs all over the place.
Oh, he actually doesn't have a scan right now.
Oh,
Oh, no, there's one, but, I mean, look at all the locusts coming out, just
Yeah.
evaporating these
everything will
servers.
die.
He's got nothing to even hit the swarm host.
Yeah.
And Mutas versus Vikings is just not the way you want to go, so...
Yeah, he wasn't sieged either because these locusts spawn right on top of the swarms. Usually, if you get some siege tanks, you'll kill a lot with some collateral damage, but doesn't have that.
Oh, man.
There's a scan
Another
now.
scan going down. He's going to be able to pick off a single swarm host, but Muta's coming in to clean up, and that's GG.
Go-to maps here. It can be pretty good for Terran, particularly for mech Terran, because you can just kind of take the middle of the map, the sensor tower. So over here on the left-hand side, we'll see if he does go for mech style again, is from Team Risque, I think, is our orange Terran.
NecroShader.
Meanwhile, our reserve player, who is currently up a game, he will be spawning at the top right of Habitation Station in the lovely red color. We have...
TheBigRobo.
And it looks like he's going for a factory. Pretty normal.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, NecroShader going for the gas rocks again. We'll see if he decides to go for Reaper or for the factory first.
Yeah, trying to time this out in my head. It almost doesn't perfectly time up for either, but
Right.
I think it's leaning out towards the factory style.
Yeah, I think so too. If he was going for Reaper, he would have had it a little bit later.
Yeah.
Uh,
The pool is down, and yeah, we will see as this finishes if he's going for that. He could
Actually,
also go for an F.
I think he might go for
Yeah,
Reaper,
so-
yeah.
Yeah,
Because he had his barracks rallied to the Zerg's
Yeah.
natural, or the base, sorry.
the tells.
So-
Yeah. Yeah. So
Going for
it's-
the Master style.
Yeah.
We're gonna see if his Reaper micro is good. I think he has the opportunity to do like at least a little bit of damage. Like he's not sending, or sorry, he did send out an SCV with it, so he could bunker. I mean, it was a hatch first.
Yeah,
But the pull is
that'd
done,
be
so
kind of neat to see. He may just go in and check for the pool timing, and it may help him decide if he wants a second Reaper.
right.
And yeah, often if you see the pool already set up, you'll just not do it.
Yeah.
And he's getting a tech lab on his barracks, and he's throwing down 2 more barracks. So definitely not really the mech this time around.
Unless he tries to pull in a Villo and goes for bio and then into the mech switch. But
Exactly.
we have this Reaper kiting a bunch of Zerglings, a bunch as in 2. He can infinitely kite them off creep or even on creep before they get speed. So
the Queen will pop in a couple seconds, see if he gets the one drone dead.
he can definitely. Nice 4.
And he'll lose the Reaper. Unfortunately, going after that.
Good placement of the spawning pool as well.
Yeah,
because he could have escaped from there. You know, healed up and then continued. Meanwhile, an SCV getting picked up by a Queen here at the natural. So 1 Reaper, not a huge huge dedication to any sort of, getting damage done. Like he scouted, it was good. He knows that there's no gas. It was an early expansion, and he almost picked up a drone and killed off a couple of Zerglings. Yeah.
And it looks like he is going pretty heavy for this bio. He's getting stim already, getting concussive shells already, and it is 2 Marauders that are coming out right away.
Okay, so maybe going for... He could go for Marauder Hellion.
Yeah.
Currently supply blocked a little bit.
Yeah, definitely you gotta clear those up. He did that in the last game as well, this early, and that hurts like a son of a bitch too.
Right.
You've just made this and you're doing them intentionally fast to do an intentionally fast attack, and then you supply block is just the worst thing that you want to be doing.
Right. We've got the 2 Evil Chambers and the Roach one going up again. So yeah, I was gonna say maybe he's going for Marauders because he knows his opponent likes to play Roach.
Yeah, Roach.
Like very Roach heavy, as we saw in the last game.
Yeah.
So maybe, assuming that the Zerg will do it again, he could potentially catch him off guard with a large amount of Marauders, which are pretty good against Roaches.
He is starting a bit of a wall off on the low ground, but there's certainly no intention to actually expand or anything yet. The Overlord will get in and see what's going on and what's building up here. And I think that kind of puts him on a clock that he's really got to get something going before the spines go up or a decent number of Roaches get out.
Right.
Because now our Zerg is going to be able to respond to this. So I kind of feel, particularly with Stim done, I think this needs to have already been moving across the map.
Yeah, but the thing is, he just doesn't have like a very overwhelming Terran army. Of course, you can micro back and forth with limited stims.
Yeah,
but he's just
it's
giving.
Not critical, but he's also not adding he's adding 2 more barracks. But your upgrades are done. Yeah, okay. I'm hoping he's moving out now at least. Your upgrades are done. You got spotted. The waiting, even though it's not the critical amount that I don't think he wanted, you have to go. You have to do something.
Yeah,
there's
and he's
no
actually building a bunker too, which is weird because when you're going for attack,
yeah,
you assume to be aggressive. But he does clear out the 2 links, the only 2 links that were on the map. Like he's given the Zerg a lot of time to react to what he had going when he got scouted. But it seems like the Zerg player is going to be just a little bit too late though.
Yeah,
Spine Crawl is going up now, and he's got a single Roach. So stemming in the entire army, picking off that first Queen really quickly. A group of Roaches popping out now, but the Marauders are just going to be able to focus them down instantly. Marauders are really good against Roaches.
Yeah, incredibly good. And he will
can just
overwhelm
move into it. He's going to pick up the Spine Crawler. It's not going to get up. Actually getting cancelled. Really good move there by the TheBigRobo.
Yeah.
But this is just a really strong Terran attack. Like this little tiny force is going to be able to pick off all those drones as well as all the Roaches that he's already killed.
Yeah, the really big mistake he's made though? He walled off, and his reinforcements aren't coming.
Right.
Because he walled off.
Yeah, and I think he realized that like halfway through.
Yeah, because his reinforcements are doing that I'm sitting in a corner thing.
Right.
There's a few targets he could have got there that were crucial, which was the Roach Warrant and the 2 Evo Chambers before upgrades are finished. Now Roaches have speed, Roaches are still under production, and they have 1-1.
Right.
So I think what was unfortunately kind of a one game, that wall has messed up, and some of the target priority has kind of coughed it back up. He's not too far, like he'll still hold this. Like I can't see him not holding it, but he's now behind on upgrades. He's behind on tech, behind on economy, because that was meant to win.
Yeah, that was meant to win, and it definitely could have won.
Yeah.
He could have picked off all the drones, all the queens, or all the buildings.
Yeah.
But he kind of just. I was saying he could win by A moving, but I think he took that too literally. He did A move.
Yeah.
And the targeting priority of his units just weren't.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
They weren't there.
Yeah,
so.
And also, like you said before this attack launched, you've got 1 or 2 stims in you. You can't stim 3-4 times without medevacs.
Right.
Because that kills you.
And he doesn't have a factory going yet either, so
yeah,
he's not going to have medevac tech for a very long time.
Getting double engineering bay, thinking that he does have to catch up on upgrades, which absolutely he does. It's just very late. +2 is going to be done in about a minute and a half, like basically before he really gets anything out for 1-1.
And the Big Robo is actually getting a Baneling Nest. I think with the Baneling Nest, he's just going to overrun this little force. I mean, I say it's a little force, but there's a lot of Marauders there to tank out the Baneling shots, but...
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like, even just now, that one bunker won't really hold anything that the Big Robo could potentially follow up on. Unfortunately, he did miss an SCV that was sneaking out to build the third.
Mm-hmm.
But the Big Robo already has his third established. It's getting to a decent number of drones there. He's still producing a ton of roaches, as he did the last game.
What in the Lord? What the hell was that? He just sent out like 8 troops to just die.
Yeah, I don't know
what that was. They just were on like a move command across the map. I'm not sure why. But yeah,
he's actually moving out now to a very big roach concave.
Yeah,
and I think once he saw that, he was like,
"Yeah, he can't do this. Cannot do this.
Getting back into the base. He's making too many Marauders. I feel even like against a pure roach army.
Yeah,
he's gonna have the Banelings coming soon. And then like he just doesn't have the DPS that Marines offer over Marauders.
No. Yeah,
that's a lot of Banelings.
An issue. It is, and I think they may arrive before the 1-1 is finished for a Terran player as well, if he does just opt to go up and in.
I think he's gonna poke in with a couple of roaches first.
Yeah, to see what's up there.
Yeah.
He at this point he wants to make sure there's no tanks. Now the Banelings are just going to go.
He doesn't. There's a single bunker, and that's a lot of Marauders. And Banelings don't do too much to Marauders, but after 1 stim and no medevacs, that army's gonna get overrun by these maybe 50 roaches, just like last game. And I don't think there's any response.
No.
Yeah, that's just an instant GG.